Yeah, actually, the asset management or investment industry has been one of the ones that embraced AI earlier on. But in the customer service side and in the compliance side, EKYC, reporting, and that kind of thing. But I can understand the fact also that AI hasn't been as impactful to them, or maybe there's a little bit of reluctance, on the part of the asset managers because of some of the biases in AI. Of course, that's understandable, but we are working on that, and we think we will get there eventually. But again, to keep in mind is the fact that when we look at financial industry, we human beings are irrational sometimes. That's why we have irrational behavior, in the financial industry. And AI doesn't like that. So eventually we will get over that, and I think it will be very, very impactful to the industry when we can get the asset managers to overlook or at least be able to manage the risk of some of the biases that the algorithm may have in it. Yeah, that's a good question because there's no doubt that AI will be of value eventually, or has been of value even to this extent to all of us, including the asset managers. Again, looking at it from the services and financial and asset management, which portends very, very rational risk measurement and risk acceptance. I think if we look at it from those point of views, our asset managers have to get over any doubt or any speculations, that AI may bring. Now, and what I mean by that is because of the lack of 100% certainty, okay, which I know, the financial market lives with. Nothing is 100% sure. But at the same time, there is this human behavior that says, well, if I cannot control it enough, then there's a fear. So psychologically, one, they have to get over that. And then secondly, they have to understand that when AI do predictive modeling, that's different from prescriptive modeling. So when we have predictive modeling, they have to take that prediction and then be able to rationalize it in order to come out with a prescriptive implementation of what AI proposes. So we have to get over those two key issues, I think, in my mind. And once we get over that, getting AI to be more accurate, the more we work on it, especially applying neural system that can, we can train the data, we can self-train the data, it can minimize the biases in the data. I think as we do this more and more, the asset managers will feel much more comfortable to do it. And also taking the irrational behavior out of it, no doubt, that will also help. But overall, when we look at what it has done so far, in terms of EKYC, governance issues, and so on, customer services, and those are major impact that they have had in terms of efficiency and resource management. So we expect over time that artificial intelligence becomes much more portable. In my word, portable, in the sense that I can implement it on my iPad or my portable devices that can be much more tailored into what I need or what your customers specifically need. And when we get to that level, just like we have our phone today, then I believe the asset managers will feel much more comfortable. Absolutely. And one of my talk this afternoon is the fact that data, as we all say, has replaced oil. So data is the oil of today. And if we look at oil of yesterday, when we invest in it, we build portfolio around it, and then there's a return on that investment. So AI leveraging data in all aspects, when you look at agricultural aspect, for example, if we look at smart agriculture, where we can actually look at a crop and be able to tell either that crop is going to yield X tons or it's going to use Y tons, and we take that and we model it. That then becomes something we can use in the commodity trading, futures, contracts, derivatives, and so on and so forth. And we build portfolio around that. So the more we do some of these things over the, globally, for example, we are talking with different countries on some of these activities at that level. So when we get there, people will be able to build much more reliable portfolio and predictive return on investment on such portfolios, which I think would change the asset management environment.